Good morning. This is Dr. T. S. Sundaravadivel. In this video, we are going to see a diagram of a rectangle of dimensions 40 into 60 mm resting on HP on a shorter side, such that the top view is a square of side 40 mm and the resting edge is inclined at 50 degrees to VP. So, this is the question. The only hint what we are getting here is the top view is a square and resting on the rectangle is resting on a shorter side on the horizontal plane. So when the top view will be a square, so it is a question. So when the top view is a square, it means that the rectangle is inclined to the horizontal plane. The rectangle is inclined to the horizontal plane. Then only we will get the top view as a square. That is, we will get a shrinked size of the rectangle slowly based upon the inclination of the rectangle. The size of the rectangle, that is the longitudinal size of the rectangle, will get reduced slowly. It will be reducing based on the inclination. So at a particular point, it becomes like a square. So we have to draw the true AutoCAD screen. Okay. We'll prepare the AutoCAD screen for A4 size or A3 size using units, limits, and rectangle command. I have drawn the rectangle for the size 420, 297 mm. That is A3 size. Now I am going to draw XY line here. So when you want to draw XY line or whatever the line, horizontal or vertical line, it is better to switch on this ortho mode. Then here I have to draw, as we know that, come to know that the rectangle is inclined to HP. In most of the problems it will be given directly, but here it is not given directly, but the top view is a square. That is the hint which is being given. So we can use rectangle command and we can draw like this: 60 comma 40, because it is resting on the shorter side on VP. It is given like that. So the shorter side should come here, right? Then we have to give the names. A. We can make it a little bit bigger using scale command. It should not be too big also. Then it can be copied in a thicker line. Actually, not thicker line, darker line. We have to give. Right. So now these things should be projected and the corresponding front view is to be drawn. So we will switch on ortho mode and we can use ray command or just simply line command, and we can draw lines. And then once again we can copy the names. Right. So this is going to be okay. So 40 by 60 rectangle we have. The only hint what we are getting is the top view is a square. Usually this angle surface inclination will be given. So for this given surface inclination, we will tilt this line and we will draw it. But here that angle is not given. Instead, they gave the surface, I mean the top view is a square as a hint. So what we can do is we can select bilayer line and we can project these points somewhere up to some distance, and we have to draw a square here. Okay. So once again we can go for rectangle command and we can select 0.3 mm and we can draw a square 40 tab 40. So 40 by 40 rectangle we got now. Right. Then now what else we can do? Actually, this is the first stage, first diagram we have to draw. The true shape is the first diagram, and by projecting, we will get the other view, and we will tilt the other view so that we will get the apparent shape. But here, this is a peculiar problem in which the apparent shape is given, and based on the apparent shape, we will get the inclination. So, we will project this apparent shape to get the inclination. One, similarly, next line, right. Then we can group this one, two, all the lines, whatever is available here. I mean, for the front view. One, two, three. These three items we need to group it and we have to copy together. Copy. Based on this point, we can move it here. Then we have to rotate. Rotate this. How to rotate? Using rotate command. Rotate. Based on this point, I want to rotate. Rotation angle I don't know. The only thing I know is this should touch this line. This point need to touch this line. Yes. Basically, this inclination will be given, and after that, we will draw this top view. But here, this top view is given. Based on the top view, we will make it inclined. Right. The next condition, what is given here is the resting edge is inclined at 50 degrees to VP. So here we can see that the resting edge is perpendicular to VP. What is the resting edge here? A dash B dash is the resting edge. So A dash B dash is perpendicular to VP here. So once again we can give the names. We can copy here and we can paste it. This will be your A1. The corresponding names you give it in the front view. A1. This will be your B1. B and B joining, we will get B1. C1. D1. Right. So the resting edge is AB. AB is touching XY, so that is the resting edge. Resting edge is now perpendicular to VP. But what is given in the question is it should be parallel to, it should be making 50 degrees to VP. So I'll once again I'll group all these things. Those lines and all I don't want. Okay, let me do it separately, individually. Group, group, and after grouping, I can copy, paste it here. Then I have to rotate in such a way that AB is making 50 degrees. So use rotate command, specify base point of rotation. What is the angle we need to give as 50? Let us check it. This is a line. We'll draw a line. We'll draw a line and we'll check the dimension because it will differ from version to version of AutoCAD. So we can see that it is now getting 40 degrees. So we need 50 degrees. So we don't want this. We have to give rotation for 40. Rotate base point, specify rotation angle is being given. So it is being taking this horizontal line. So we need to give 40 degrees to rotate that AD line. If we rotate this, it is crossing the boundary. That is also not acceptable. We have to pull it down. Right. I hope now it is making 50 degrees. Okay. Then the final step is to draw the final top front view. So for that we need to project all the points upwards. So I have projected all the points upwards. Similarly, I have projected all the points from here. Right. Now I have to join the appropriate points. So we'll give some names. I'll copy this. I'll join A and A. I'll get A1, D and D, B1 dash. Right. Now go for that 0.3 mm line and join ABCD in order. So this is the final set of diagram for that question. So the top view is a square of 40 into 40 mm dimension and the resting edge is inclined at 50 degrees to VP. Thank you.